when I had less stuff, I did so much more. I was so happy. I'm just tired of gear. I'm doing this video because I'm cleaning some stuff here, and funny enough, I bought a new lens yesterday. Actually, I didn't buy, I traded because I couldn't justify buying another thing. But after many years, I got to purchase a lot of gear, I got to work with different brands, like big brands in the industry, and I think there is a big problem going on. YouTubers are not talking about, and I'm just want to do this video to help you, and especially with so much information and this creative journey become a real thing, and people literally just doing reviews and just products every single time, every single moment on social media is just exhausting, at least for me. I don't know how you feel about it. Let me know in the comment, but I feel like I have to do this video to help as many people as possible because I was in this trap for so long and I got to succeed, a very small part of it, but I feel like it's not fulfilling and actually enjoyable. Yeah, if you don't know me, my name is Luis Ribeiro. I'm a professional videographer, editor, filmmaker, whatever you want to call it. I own a video production company here in Canada, and I'm just tired of gear. You don't need more, or you don't need the latest to make things happen. I'm kind of like how can I say this? A real example that when I had less stuff, I did so much more and I achieved so much more and I built so much more. But as soon as I made a little bit, brands started contacting me, brands started reaching out to send me products, to do honest reviews, to do this and that, which I totally respect. If you go back on my channel, you'll see a lot of things and it was genuine. For me, it was genuine, it was honest. But it just becomes this cycle, this visual cycle that you just receive new things, you work so much, you do so much stuff to do your best, to talk about your experience, but at the end of the day, it's just like a number, it's just like money for the companies, you know? Which I don't want to be completely like polarizing the ones that actually do something that it's beneficial for the filmmaking community, who actually put the time, who actually connect with creators that know what they're doing, who live that to make something that's actually useful, instead of every single year come with something new, with a minor adjustment, with a little thing to make you purchase a whole new stuff, and then you're stuck with that gear, and then you have to try to trade, or you try to sell, or you try to you're stuck. Your money's gone, and you need to buy another thing to try to make yourself feel better, but you're not gonna succeed, trust me. So that was in my head yesterday, and that's why I want to do this video right now. As I'm organizing things, I was with the 85 mil that I had for a long time when I was starting my portrait journey. And I got to make a lot of money from it. It was nice, it was great. I got to learn a lot, understand more. And the 85 fulfilled my needs for portraits, and that was great. But as I turned more into videos and storytelling and client work, and the 85 stopped being my go-to. It was just more like a secondary angle. And I was like, I need a lens that actually I'm gonna be able to use, that I'm proud of, that I'm gonna be actually bringing something beneficial to my kit. And as you can see, there is so many things around. And to be completely honest with you, like, I don't use probably like 10% of this, and this is just one thing that's in frame. There's a whole box there as well. It's insane, and it becomes a thing that's like cool to share, to post, to talk about. But at the end of the day, what are you getting out of it? It's that your goal to piling things up to try to sell later, instead of creating something that you want to create a career out of it. Because now, after many years, it hit me, you know? And I hope that you don't need to go through the same process, to the same timing, because it's exhausting. It stop you from creating, stop you from achieving the goals, the dreams that you have for you, for your family, for your younger self. When I had one camera, one lens, one light, one mic, I was creating so much. I was so happy. We are trying to make a living. We try to put our price, and people always find an excuse to go back to the phone, to mobile, which is insane amount of quality nowadays. So one big piece of advice that I can share right now for my past self or for someone who's going through the same struggle is focus on the pre-production process, on the story, on the script, on the voiceover, on something that's gonna bring the story along, like beginning, middle, and end. Focus on that more than when you focus in gear. Learn copywriting, learn how to express yourself with words. That's gonna be way more valuable. And then, after that, invest on the things that you know that's gonna be good for your projects, in the long term. See what you're able to create with what you have first. Wait 30 days to see if you really need. I have like a bunch of gear here on my Amazon cart, but I don't buy until I'm like, okay, I really need that, which happened to me yesterday. I've been talking to my wife about this lens, about this switch, about more than 3 months, easily. So that's when you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of that. It's hard, especially with what you consume on social media. You have that FOMO that you're missing out to capture. You need to have that camera, you need to have that lens, but it's not it. And at the same time, it's kind of like confusing, because if you want to make a living online, I totally understand, especially YouTubers, creators, you need to pay the bills. Like, people need to survive, people need to feed their families, and we need to connect with brands that actually have good intention, that wants to pay us, give us the freedom. But what I'm trying to say is like how to maintain the honesty and the loyalty to your viewers, to your people, without forcing them or pushing them to buy something, you know? It's hard, because as soon as you accept that partnership, that branding deal, you need the money. We need the money. We need the partnership. We need to keep paying bills. But if it's to paying bills and accumulate all these things and stopping me from creating, I don't think that's the right path for me. And especially for creators out there, or if you want to be a creator, be very careful with the brands you work, what they require from you, what they expect, because it's very polarizing. Sometimes it's benefiting just them. But as you keep growing, you're gonna be able to get products, get money, and do whatever you wanna do. But it's very difficult, especially with contracts, NDAs, and all of these things. It's like, it's difficult. It's difficult to pick a side. Highly recommend. If you have the ability, rent or get from a friend, use before you make the purchase, because it might not be the right tool for you, for your story. Cool. So with that in mind, be careful with who you watch, with what you consume, what the type of offers and what the type of partnerships and sponsorships your creators are doing, because you consume that, and as you consume, that's what you create, that FOMO, that fear of like, oh my gosh, but if that person, that creator is doing this, I should be doing that too, because I want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they're doing to pay their bills. It is what it is, but just be smart out there. And it's kind of like something that people keep coming back, like, oh, this is better. This is gonna help you. This is gonna make things easier. This is gonna simplify this. It's all marketing, all sales. This is all strategies that people use on their business. It's money. At the end of the day, it's money. As I build mine, I see people I see through the business now. It's all copywriting, it's all persuasion, it's all a part of the business, sales. That's it. So you need to be honest with yourself. Do I actually need that? Most of the things you just want, but it's not actually what you need. Be honest with yourself, with your money. As I said before, when I was with less gear, it was so easy for me to create. It was awesome. I was always on the go, I was always outside, I was always creating. But now that I have everything, and more that I've ever needed, I've procrastinated for so long, because I'm like, oh, but then I have that gear, but then I have that lens, but then I have that light, then I have that. It's too much. Like, for some projects, yes, you need that stuff, but I assume people who's starting, who wants to be a creator, who is creating a career nowadays, you don't really need much. Like, you don't really need much. Like a key light, a nice, decent mic, a camera, and a lens, if you want. If you're not, even people are doing careers on their iPhone, on their mobile. It's crazy. The excuse now is the gear. And that's one thing that's in the past, and I need to be aware of that, and that's why I'm letting you know. I'm here to bring you the other side, the clarity, the peace that it is on the other side. Because quality nowadays, it's not an advantage anymore. Everything's 4K, and not everyone even watching 4K, but doesn't matter. 1080, you're still gonna be able to do an amazing stories like back then, movies. People made it work, black and white, like doesn't matter. It's the story. It can be over saturated, the market, when people say like, oh, but it's story, focus on the story. It is. It's crazy, but it is. The gear doesn't matter, Gear matters to a certain extent. When it stops you from creating, and when you just consume for the sake of missing out from someone that you watched, that's not good. So how can we escape this filmmaking gear trap? I would say, be true to yourself. See what style you enjoy, you like more. Go on sets, ask people to see what's happening, what's going on, what they do. Be there to support, so you can see, you can observe what they're using, why are they using, what are the tools that's necessary. And from there, you're gonna be able to make your own decisions without even having to purchase. Ask people. They are doing YouTube videos. Go watch them, support them, see what the gear they use, why they chose that gear. Watch videos, yes, but try to feel, touch it, because it's different when you see people talking about, they are in the hype of justifying their purchase most of the time. Not all of them, of course. But most of the people are like, oh my gosh, I just got this because it's amazing for this, and this. Yes, but 3-4 months later, it's gone. And camera is like a car. As soon as you bought it, it goes down in price, decrease the value. It's crazy. Cool? And I even work in a camera store. I don't know if you know that. I work in a camera store. So that was when I'm like, I got to see, to feel, to touch things, and to really got to test it out before even purchasing. So I didn't have to worry anymore. When the new gear came out, I was like, okay, cool, let's see, let's check it out, let's put in use. And it wasn't actually what I needed. But if I didn't have the ability to test it out, I would probably make a purchase and it would be a waste of money. And that is the other side as well, which is crazy to think about. A little bit contradicting, because sometimes when we start, we don't have the money and we don't know what we need. But sometimes the expensive is better on the long term. But it's very difficult to find that. Sometimes it's like they say, you buy once, cry once, and you don't need to worry about it anymore. For example, batteries. If I knew that becoming a professional videographer, cinematographer, filmmaker, whatever you want to call, your batteries that come with your camera, you're gonna be running out like so fast, and you have to charge so many of them, and then to bring so much and changing and stuff. It's a pain on the butt. V-mount, I haven't bought yet, but I had that realization now. And I'm letting you know, if you have the ability, V-mount is the way to go. I have 8 or 7. I have so many of my batteries from my Sony. But then now, what I'm gonna do with that, I don't know. Should go with the bigger and more expensive, because on the long term, I just had to buy one instead of buying so many. And ended up being more expensive as well. So that's one. Lighting. So many lights nowadays, even more compact, better. But if I had the knowledge before, I wouldn't accumulate that much. I would just buy one powerful key light over 200 watts, try to find the most compact one as possible, and get another hair or fill with a little, like a little dome, a little soft box, a little something. Like, you don't need, it doesn't need to be big. All you need is like a little shadow, a little contrast that you're gonna be able to create with knowledge and time. SD cards. I bought so many in the past, which was smaller, and kept running out of space and stuff. After I bought the 1 terabyte one, that's it. It's the fastest. It's the largest one that I could find. It's the most expensive as well, but was it worth it? Yes. That's it. Just need one. Tripod. Don't underestimate the value of your tripod. I still have one that my friend gave me for my birthday, which is great, bless him. I didn't understand the value of it, but if you can buy one tripod, I had so many, I got so many from different brands as well. Buy one, like a legit one, that it's easier to open, to bring with you, and study with a handle that you are able to maneuver. Because with just the little 360 ball, it's not enough. So save and buy an amazing, great tripod for video. Best thing ever. Microphones, the same thing. We have so many options now, which is great. But buy a good microphone, just one. Lens. Sometimes there's so many options out there that's crazy. I'm sticking to 16-35, 24-70, 50mm 1.4, and 70-100. That's it. For the majority of my work, that's all I need. Like I said, I swapped the 85 to the 50. Oh, if you're enjoying this video right now, just give it a like. It's gonna support me so much with the YouTube algorithm. That's it. Leave in the comment down below how you feel about this topic. If you have anything, let's chat. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video.